Hello and welcome back to Storm Swords. This is the semi-finals game number 3, the deciding game between teams have swapped again, Ardeo Red and Suicide Solution. Ardeo Red is going to be played, the blue team on the left here, we're going to have Brightwing played by Team Captain Pasmat, Thrall played by Benapro as always, Diablo on being played by Mewcow, Jarflip on Jaina, and Fluffy Milky on Stitches. Meanwhile, on the side of Suicide Solution, the red team on the right, we're going to have Kaitani playing that Vala, Slam Jam on the Tassadar, Slinger on Leoric, Miyaga's team captain playing Falset, and finally 1% on that Muradin. So I love this Brightwing pick. I know, like, if you want my vote on who I want to win this, Brightwing, because Brightwing's my favourite hero in the entire game. But as it stands, the first people to take a map off of Ardeo Red, Suicide Solution, taking this to a 2-1 no matter which way it goes, to a full best of 3. And 1% actually on that Muradin. Hearthstoning up after they take this tower immediately. So trading tower for tower. Okay. As, yeah. It's kind of worked out. Nobody having a Savannah, so nobody getting an outright advantage when it comes to this. An experience advantage, again, not really going anywhere. No massive engagements first, small bit of lag, but we're going to have Fluffy Milky take some damage, heal up. Typical story. Now, Curse Hollow is one of those maps where a lot can happen. So, a lot happens kind of later on, but not much happens in the early game. It's huge. This map is huge. You're not going to get many gank squads. You're not going to get much pushing. So, yeah. Slam Jam getting hooked, taking a little bit of damage. So I really want to talk about what the teams are looking to do on this map as far as their compositions go. I mean, because you've got a Falstad on the side of Suicide Solution, who will be looking to, you know, contest bosses and win bosses. I think that but both teams have a good global presence. Falstad on Suicide Solution and Ardeo Red have Brightwing, who has given up a little bit of soak here in order to help his team out. But yeah, I don't think anyone's got a particular experience advantage as far as like global presence goes or anything like that. But I do think the fact that Suicide Solution can contest bosses relatively easily means that they're in a really, really good spot. Now, what we normally see from teams is about the 2-minute mark as they go to take their siege counts, but this one's actually being taken a little bit late here from the Vala and Tassadar. No siege count being taken up top for Suicide Ardeo Red. Suicide Solution though, in an okay spot for this tribute. They're just going to stall this out a little bit. The Muradin taking a lot of damage actually. He's going to have to back off, and this is going to be a tribute going in favour of Ardeo Red as the Muradin. He's falling low. He's going to get hooked in again, and he's dead. So first blood and first tribute in favour of Ardeo Red. Suicide Solution have a tiny experience advantage. Going to be kind of large. Because as soon as this creep wave gets cleaned up, because Leoric's been soaking top quite handily. Kaitani on that Vala, she's used her Volt, she's got Polymorph, she's going to be shielded by the Tasta, might not end up falling yet. There goes the Volt. Oh no, she does get picked up by one last right click, so finally they get another kill, and this is actually going to put Ardeo Red in an experience advantage. The Suicide Solution missing out here a little bit. They've even though they take this entire wall top and, you know, they've given up a couple. They've managed to like suicide a couple creep waves into the fort without any experience gained from them. One siege giant pushing in. This is a really, really good tribute spawn though for Suicide Solution, who, you know, they're looking to take this. Slam Jam's a little bit low, but they can't really. Ardeo Red can't contest this, and they're not even looking to contest this. They're like, look, we're currently winning the race to 10. We've got one tribute already, so we might as well not contest this. And yeah, there you go. Goes to the Vala. Almost like delaying it out. But I don't think that at any point in time Ardeo Red were even considering saying, look, we'll win this tribute. It was a rough position for it to spawn for them. They've already won 1-1 and they are slightly ahead on experience. They might as well keep that lead on experience, not give this up, because they know there's going to be no curse on the third tribute. Now, the third tribute spawning is normally when teams are looking for level 10. And if one team's got both of them, then that's obviously when fights are going to be pushed. But because one apiece, there's not going to be like a level 10 contested fight for a curse. It's going to be for a tribute, and that's not really worth it for too many of the teams. You're going to have Diablo in on the back here, doing some good disruption. Slam Jam taking a lot of damage. I don't know if he uses Phase Shift. There it goes. But Muko going to be killed. Slam Jam not falling at all because, you know, Tassadar is a slippery Protoss. The hard camp was actually taken in middle for Ardeo Red, and this is going to push in and take the rest of this wall, really. The tribute spawning means that it's going to bring Suicide Solution past this hard camp, so they're going to be able to clean up. It's actually quite a fortunate spawn for them. But this is just like this tribute up here. It's in the exact same position. And I think that Suicide Solution, they can contest this, and they will look to. Going to have Leoric go in immediately, take a lot of damage. He's going to Wraith Walk his way to what's going to be safety, but now he's back, and the Jane's taking a lot of damage. There goes the Brightman Shield, and Muko the Diablo going to be the first to fall, though, as he does end up dying. Muradin in the front line, taking a lot of damage. He's going to be able to Dwarf Toss himself out, and the entire team of Suicide Solution is really low. It's just so much cover damage coming out, and there's no mana on this Vala, who's really the last person who can contest this, as Miagas is too low to do so. And just going to back off, let this tribute go to Ardeo Red, and they're going to continue to soak these lanes. They've done a lot of damage to this fort up in top already. As more objectives taken by Suicide Solution, grabbing that siege camp. No boss has even been started yet. And this hard camp I would like to see Suicide Solution take. They push in the middle, like if they time it, take it in the next 20 seconds, they cap it in the next 20 seconds, they'll be pushing in, and it will hit the creep wave, hit the wall here, just as this next tribute spawns. And Tastar's and the Vala going in for this is exactly what I wanted them to see. Wanted to see from them. This is really a good objective gaming, and they're going to hit 10 just first, but this is going to be tribute number 4, and both teams are level 10. So this is going to be a big explosive fight we see coming out here, and it looks like Suicide Solution, they're just going to give up the tribute and go for boss. In fact, they're not. They're backing away. Then they pinged out their boss, maybe thinking about it, but not going to. Tribute spawns. Ardeo Red know that they don't need to pressure for this, but if they get this, they're going to be in a good spot. Suicide Solution, they'll be looking to contest this. They don't want to give this away quite freely to their opponents. We have heroics for both teams. Good Rain of Vengeance out for the Vala. We might, yeah, there it goes. It drops. Gonna land on 3 twice. So the Mighty Gus doing a lot of work there. Though the False Knight's gonna end up falling first, as is the Vala. There's just too much health on the side of Ardeo Red. As the Lightning Breath coming out from Diablo, he's gonna end up falling, as was the Jaina earlier on. Tassadar force walling his way to safety. This is going to be a tribute and a curse for Ardeo Red. It was a really, really good start to that fight. That Rain of Vengeance landing on 3 for 2 waves, but unfortunately it landed on the Stitches and the Diablo, who were just so tanky they couldn't do anything. They couldn't really I think the Jaina was in it as well. They couldn't focus her enough. She did end up falling, but yeah, that was basically a perfect fight for Suicide Solution there, and somehow they ended up losing it. So it's really unfortunate that was the case. As that Mighty Gus into the second wave of Rain of Vengeance. That was really, really good play. I'm still reeling from that. That was amazing, and I don't know how that went so badly for them. But Ardeo Red, they just seem to keep doing this. The fight seems to be really, really against them as far as like the engagement, and then suddenly it doesn't matter because the rest of the fight goes their way. First curse, gonna lose a fort. Really, really nice for Ardeo Red here. Suicide Solution just looking to defend their forts. Not going to be able to do so. And they're actually going to go for a boss here, which is really cool to see. They're not focused solely on defense. And I like this. They're saying, look, as Muradin dies in the bottom lane, they're saying, we have lost an advantage, so we're going to take an advantage elsewhere. They might even end up losing this fort in bottom, so I don't know if this boss is worth it. I'd be hesitant to say that it is. There's 2 manning this boss, 3 manning now as the Falstad flies up. It's going to happen one time or another. The flight has been used from the Falstad, so we can't contest this with a cheek one. And look, with the Thrall here, they're going to take this down far quicker than Suicide Solution did. So Ardeo Red, Jaina with Thrall, is really good at taking bosses. That's basically going to be all she wrote. Boss for boss. They've already taken the fort down bottom though, so this boss isn't really going to do much, plus this boss is going to get the fort. I think it works out better for Suicide Solution this way, because they can defend this, not lose anything from it. And both teams are 13. Both teams, you know, there's maybe a third of a level experience advantage for Ardeo right here. Pings onto the hard camp. So I believe this replay was received by Ardeo Red, the blue team on the left, which is so I think we're seeing a chunk of their pings. There's the boss. There you go. Did nothing really. It did a tiny bit, maybe a quarter of the gate's health, and that's the power of the Tassadar shields, of course, as well as the fact that the boss couldn't get a fort. In fact, the boss in top took more. It took most of the ammo on these towers, and it took the gate. So, it did end up working out better for Suicide Solution. You see the Brightwing here. Actually, does far bigger vision radius than the animation. Sling on that Leoric, taking some damage, but he's in the front line, and the Diablo's actually going to be the first kill here. Really, really good in Tomb, plus the Force Wall, locking in the Brightwing and the Jaina, mean they can't do anything at the start of this fight. Although Tassadar and the False Side going to end up dropping really, really low. The Thrall is going to fall, not the Tassadar. So well played there. As the Moradin's still in this, still in Avatar form, just manning up this fight. He's going to be able to Dwarf Toss himself out, but I don't think it's to safety as the Jaina. Really, really good use of these Siege Giants here to stop the Frostbolt connecting and picking him off. That's a 1 for 2. In Suicide Solution, they take that fight and they win it. That was well played. Again, Suicide Solution, they all fell so low, but they just weren't picked off. They just couldn't quite fall. The False Dad did die this time, so Miaga's not quite ideal. But yeah, it was just so close. Falstad flying in, not going to be able to get this. The hook landing, but he's going to be able to barrel roll himself away. Leoric getting polymorphed. He should just be able to turn around and get the heal. There's a really, really good Entomb on the Stitches, meaning the Putrid Bar's not going to do that much work, although Leoric's going to be the focus and he is going to end up falling. Diablo lightning breathing up and covering that area. He's fine. Slam Jam on that Tassadar though. He is not, as the Prescience activates. He's going to have to keep going. He gets the shield on himself before the Chain Lightning hits. Muradin having to Dwarf Toss himself out, but the hook from the Stitches is a good one, and he ends up falling. Sundering coming down, Slam Jam on that Tassadar still really, really low. He's used everything in there. That's a 5 for nothing there. Suicide Solution falling apart there at the seams as Ardeo Red take a really good fight and they get that tribute. 5th tribute of the game going in favour of Ardeo Red, who have 16 and they've now got 17. So it was a 16 advantage during that fight. The talent point lead has been taken back down, but they're looking strong. They've got a lot more push happening across the map as the lanes are mostly call/pushed in. They've taken all 3 forts. They've done some damage to this wall here. They've taken the entire wall of the top keep, which means if they take an aggressive boss, this would absolutely secure the keep. 6th tribute spawning in. As the Stitches does get caught up by an Entomb, he's going to be the focus here, not end up falling. It's a really, really good Rain Avengers trying to lock him down, but Putrid Bile just keeping him running far too much. That movement speed, all important, as Diablo does end up falling. Response kill. But Tribute's going to go the way of Ardeo Red. They're okay giving up a Diablo with a 0 death timer for a Tribute. We just look to move around the map. The bosses are going to be spawning very soon. 40 seconds for Suicide Solutions. Ardeo Red's up in a minute. Yeah, we may see 1% get caught out here. He's going to have to jump himself over the wall. But you see he's walking at the moment. He's saving his Dwarf Toss until he's guaranteed safety. The hook hitting the gate there, not quite landing on the Muradin or the Vala. It did look like it was going to hit one, but it didn't. So that's all good for them. Siege Camp pushing this lane out, but that's going to get cleaned up. As, yeah, we might see a fight actually coming in here. The Diablo maybe coming in for the wraparound backstab. Good hook onto Slam Jam to start this fight. There goes the Putrid Bar, but the Sundering to cover the start of this fight. Tassadar falling so low so quickly. The solo support Tassadar not able to keep his false start alive as he does end up falling. 1% on that Muradin in the back. He's going to Avatar and Stow form his way up, keep himself alive. Tassadar dies. Gonna have Vala barely get away on any health. Macy the Leoric fall as well. Yes, we do. And that murdered Dwarf tossing himself just about to safety. So solo support Brightwing versus solo support Tassadar. And yeah, Brightwing's not going to have a much better time here than Tassadar. I'm actually going to have a quick look at the healing, and it's a little more even than I thought it'd be. I thought Tassadar would be a bit lower than this, but he's getting some mileage out. The Brightwing though just does far too much. He's done more siege, more hero, and more healing. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that little technical glitch there. Won't be done in the YouTube editing, so no worries for that. Yeah, I pressed a button and it froze the game. So going back into it now. As is that very loud? Is that already messed up? No, that's fine. Everything's good. Okay, so Fluffy Milky can channel the tribute. It's going to be a second curse in a row for Ardeo Red as they then take Suicide Solutions boss. As I said, this is probably going to secure this keep up in top, especially now that they've got a curse to push with it, and they might just yeah, they're going to go mid. They're going to take this wall, potentially put pressure on the keep as well, and then back off towards the end of this curse, go and take their boss. That would be the best play out for them right now. As we do see, they are reaching level 20 quite quickly, taking the... Oh, there's a really, really good hook on the Leoric. He's going to have to Wraith walk himself away. Diablo just stood, headbutting the wall for no reason. There you go, that's going to be level 20 out for Ardeo Red. They get the double wormhole up on the Brightwing. I really, really love to see that talent. Also, the healing future bar out from Stitches, actually. I like that. And the upgraded lightning breath. So just all in on those upgraded ultimates. No global Sundering, I'm afraid. As we see the false get hit by that Sundering into doing some decent work. The Rain of Vengeance landing on a couple, not able to save out the team though. So we're going to have an amazing position lightning breath here, like stopping the retreat out from Suicide Solution. But they pick up the Thrall. Kaitami's going to end up falling to the Water Elemental of the Jaina. And this is a bit of a hectic fight. The boss is on the core. The core's going to be starting to fall really fast. The Tassadar just about to keep himself alive. Fluffy Milky falling to the right clicks on the false side, as is the Brightwing. Diablo doing this is looking to just get the last little bits of damage on the core, and that's going to be it. GG. Game number 3 goes to Ardeo Red. Suicide Solution fought it really hard, but they couldn't quite close it out. And this series, best of 3, game 3, going to go to Ardeo Red, who advanced through to the finals, so well done to them. And yeah, we'll see them in the finals. So tune in for that, and let's watch the other semi-finals to find out who Ardeo Red are going to be facing. Woo! Alright, until next time.